Hello viewers and welcome back to another episode. This week I'm going to be looking at Star Wars Episode 1 figures. For those of you who watch me regularly, you'll remember that I've started buying old Star Wars figures a few months ago now. It all started off when I saw some re-release of the original figures from the 70s back in May of this year. Then I started buying original Star Wars figures I had as a child from the 70s and 80s. And then obviously in 1999 the Star Wars The Phantom Menace came out. And back then I actually bought some figures which I no longer have, but I've started buying them again. I've been buying them loose and the carded versions as well. I've got about 30 on at the moment. There's 50 to collect altogether. Quite a few of them are quite hard to get hold of in the last wave. I think there was 3 waves in that set. So I've got a box here that I've already opened just to make sure there was in there to go through with you now and have a look at. This is one of the rarer ones actually. That's R2B1 astromech droid. That can be quite hard to get hold of, and that's in very good condition actually, the card for that one. Obviously these are getting on a bit now, 22 years old nearly. There's quite a few variants of the card backs for these, because they're released all over the world. So if you're thinking to collect them, make sure the Comtech chip is the English version if you're here in England or if you're in America. Because the Comtech chip there actually connects to the Comtech reader. I've got one here. And if you don't know, it's obviously there's a chip in there, and then when you rub it over this, it plays sound effects back. Okay. There we go. Obviously this is just a robot one, so it's not as interesting. What's that? We'll get something else. Here we go. We've got Anakin here in his Tatooine gear. Another very good condition as well. Let's see what that sounds like. Caught one of the buttons.
I know we're in trouble. Just hang on.
Yes, that was amazing technology for back in 1999-2000 to have that. I think these retailed around about £10 each back then. That was still quite a lot of money even back then, even 20 years ago. Now that's the Yoda figure there. I was never too keen on the look of Yoda in that movie. It was CG if I remember rightly. It looked awful compared to the puppet. But then obviously when they did the special editions, some years later, I forget exactly when, did a Blu-ray release, they redid the effects on some of it and they changed it to a puppet again. And obviously superimposed it or removed the original CGI Yoda. And they looked a lot better than the computer generated version. R2D2. This is not one of my favourites. This is the Rocket edition, Jetpack edition. Rocket boosters, sorry. Turn his head and little rockets come out the side. So when you see his body up close, you'll be able to see that on the camera. When you see his body up close, there's actually 2 parts missing, like there's 2 panels missing. As I say, when you turn the head, the rockets poke out. Don't actually remember him doing that in Phantom Menace. Thought it was the later 2 films, or the next 2. Who we got next? Oh, another rare one. C.O. Bibble. Yeah, that character wasn't in the movie for long, was he? And some of his lines were questionable. Some of the dialect in the movie wasn't so good. It's still one of my favourite movies though. I do remember being a little bit disappointed when it came out. Kind of expected a bit more. Obviously we had quite a big gap from 1983 to 99. Technology had moved on, so they were really relying on a lot of green screen work. But there was a lot of miniatures in the movie as well. People don't realise just how many miniatures were in the film. Yes, quite hard to get hold of that one. Jar Jar Binks, not everybody's favourite character. Yeah, it was quite irritating, wasn't it? We've got here Odie Mandriel and Pit Droid. These are all in really good condition actually, so far. I've bought quite a few that have been in terrible condition, all warped and blistered, and some have got mould on them. We will store them in damp condition. Adi Galaya, the lightsaber Jedi. I'm not very good at pronouncing the names. And these are all different versions actually. Yeah. So this is the Tony release one for the Far East. And then you've got, that's for the UK one. or European. So the cars do vary considerably. I'll do close-ups of them all at the end. Battle Droid, there was actually I think 4 variants of this. You've got the clean one, which is this one, and then there was the scarred one, battle damage, and the dirty one. Right, let's try that.
Halt! You're under arrest.
I think the chip,
Get him away.
I think all the dialogue's probably actually inside that, and there's just basically something in the chip that obviously activates that particular dialogue for that character. Oh, another Jar Jar Binks with his fish, and this is actually one of the harder ones to get hold of actually, the swamp version. The blister's slightly yellowed on that one, UV light's got to it. Qui-Gon Jinn there in angry mode, or holding up his arm back to wield his lightsaber. There's quite a few variants of him as well in the collections. Naboo Royal Guard. Yeah, I've got a lot of fond memories of the movie myself. It was so exciting at the time seeing it all again. It was the second and the third one I wasn't so keen on. So Captain Panaka there, not the Royal Guard, or Captain of the Guards. I think that's the last one of those, yeah. Naboo Royal Security Guard. The card's a bit bent. Let's see what he's got to say. I don't think I've had that one before. I did actually have a lot of these when they came out.
Watch out for those battle droids. Fire!
Don't actually remember the character.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's it for those. I did buy some of the 12-inch dolls as well. I've got them quite cheap, so I was going to open those up now. And a lot of the stuff's actually quite cheap compared to the original stuff. So you get kind of caught up in the moment and you end up buying things. It just seems so cheap. In fact, it's actually cheaper sometimes than it was new. Oh, there's quite a few. It's been well packed. Talking C-3PO. We've got any batteries in? No, they've probably gone flat now. In fact, I hope they haven't leaked, because that is all still factory sealed. That's not been opened. I've actually got one of this figure loose. You can take the arms and legs off basically, put them back together again. I think the face comes off as well. In fact, I forgot I did that. It's in very good condition. It's fantastic. That's immaculate. That's as good as the day it would have come out. I paid £10 for that one. These are all from the same seller I'm about to show, just as they were. When I saw these, I think they had a £20 bid on them, and I thought, oh, I can't let them go for that cheap. So I put £23 bid on it, ended up winning. You know, Darth Maul. These are all the 12-inch range, basically. These haven't been opened. Still got the sellotape on them. Peculiar character, that, wasn't it? It was actually voiced by Peter Sayer-Winifich, which I didn't find that out until very recently. Ray Park, who plays the actual character, they replaced his voice. Jar Jar Binks, again. It's not been opened. There's obviously must have been from the collector. Just 2 more, and then we're done. Oh, this is the one I really wanted out of them all. Battle Droid. I remember seeing this with my wife in our local toy shop back in 1999, 2000. I think it was about 15-20 quid. I think these were about £20 each, £25 each, and they were new. Now I finally have one. Detail is not great, so obviously where they just airbrushed black marks onto it. So a nice one to have though. And the last one. I'm not sure actually how many of these there are actually of the characters. I know there's at least Obi-Wan. And there we go, I've got Qui-Gon Jinn again there. Interesting, it looks like some kind of dust on the hair, unless it's, I don't know what it could be. So with the box being sealed, there's still some gaps around the edge you could have got into. And that's it. That's all of them. I'll do some close-ups now. Well, there you have it, the end of another episode. More of my recent buys. If you like this kind of thing incidentally, you may want to consider liking and subscribing to my channel. That way you'll get notifications as and when I do upload new videos. Well, I think that just about does it for this video. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll be seeing you.